Also here right now, my producer and the host of OMG Craft, Mr. Chad Johnson. Hey,
How
Chad.
you doing, Leo?
You've got headphones.
I do. So I have headphones from V-moda. These are sort of a high-end celebrity style, high style.
What do you mean celebrity? Like Beats would be celebrity style?
Yeah. And so these really don't have a celebrity attached to them,
right.
but they're sort of in that same market as Beats. It's more of a stylish headphone, and it's more of a new headphone that would be used to listen to something with a lot of bass and a lot of high end. So I have two headphones. I have the M100s and the V80s. So let's start off with the M100s. The M100s are these over-the-ear style headphones. They have a really, really nice construction, leather on the top, leather on the pads inside the headphone. The drivers are really, really large. I believe it's 55 millimeter drivers. And you can also take, it comes with two headphone wires, and these can be detached from the headphone. And you actually
interesting.
You actually have two ports to choose, and then they give you this little stopper on the other side to make sure that you're not losing any audio out of one of the holes if it's not plugged in.
Now, come on, you're joking. They don't leak audio.
Well, based off of
it's like a port in the
Fidelity
bottom?
blogs. Yeah, they were excited
block
that you can block
I like
that
it. You
off
can put it on either side because
right.
I'm a lefty, and sometimes or depending on your laptop, maybe you have the wire on the left, but you don't want it to come in on the right because then it would have to cross you. So that's a nice
right. I really like that feature a lot.
Yeah.
And then also the whole sort of system, when you buy it, it comes with a leather. It's not leather. It's like a faux leather case. You have some extra wires in here that are kind of attached. Inside of these nice springy.
This is common in these high-end headphones now.
And so like this has a splitter built in on the end of the headphone.
Two people could listen to the same movie.
Two people could listen to the same thing. Yeah. It's just kind of a nice feature. And this one doesn't have a mic built in, but this one has a mic built in as well as a function button for your Android.
So you could use this as a device.
Exactly.
I mean, as a headphones for an iPhone.
Yeah. And then it also comes with. I mean, they really did cover their bases in sort of nice accessories that come with the headphone. As far as quality of the headphone, the audio quality is something that you would expect from one of these sort of contemporary or new style headphone. There's a lot of high end and a lot of bass, and the mids aren't really cared about nearly as much.
It's what we used to call loudness.
Yes.
It's a profile that makes it sound better, especially at low levels, but isn't accurate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And Brian may have, there's a few blogs that actually have equipment for testing this, and you can see the wave.
There you go.
And there you go. You can see at the end of
a lot of bass response.
A lot of bass response, and then in the middle it dips down, and near the end you get some nice highs right there. But this is this is what you would expect from this type of headphone. And what that translates into when you're listening to music is if you're listening to something that's like techno or hip hop that's going to have a lot of bass, it's going to sound really, really good. And that's nice. If you're going to listen to something like jazz or vocals or classical,
you don't want the cellos to sound louder than the violas.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this headphone just shouldn't be used for that type of listening
experience. Listen to pop music probably mostly.
Exactly.
Yeah. And rap.
And that is about it. The other thing is that these headphones come with these really cool detachable plates. And also you can detach this top part here. So if you want to, you can style these headphones however you want. You can remove this plate. You can buy extra plates on their website, and you can even custom brand your plates by sending them a Photoshop or an Illustrator file. Yeah,
that's neat.
So if I wanted to have spent the I forget the cost, but if I wanted to spend some money, I could have the Twit logo printed on this. Maybe I'm a DJ that has a specific logo for my career, my branding. I could have that added to the headphone, which I really like. Neat. Another thing is that these do collapse up, and it comes in this nice case, and the case has a carabiner. It's just it's a pretty portable solution for an over-the-ear headphone. And that's about it for the M100s. Let's move on to the...
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Do
you want to do pros and cons separately or do them all at
let
once?
me go ahead and do some pros and cons on this. The pros are that great construction. I mean, I really feel like these are a sturdy headphone. Also, the replaceable covers for your own branding if you just want them to be red instead of black. That's really, really nice. And then also that it is portable. I like the fact that it could close up and transfer with me anywhere. On the cons... the mic quality on this line is pretty bad. And when I get to the V80s, I'm going to play a little clip of the mic quality just to show off that it wasn't good enough for me. Maybe a user watching this will be fine. This mic quality will be fine for them. But for me, it was a con. Also, these are a little bit tight on my head. After wearing them for a few hours, it felt a little bit compressing my head. That may be
you have a giant head.
I do.
Do you really?
No, I don't actually.
You have a lot of hair.
That may actually be a pro for some users, especially if you're a DJ,
right?
Because you can move quite a bit with just one ear on and one ear off, and it's not going to come off your head. But for a long listening experience, it did become uncomfortable for me just pushing my ears into my head. And then the other con would be that this isn't going to have, this is kind of for listening to one type of music. If you're a fan of that music, then it's not really that big of a con for you. So that's the M100s. Now, the V80s, let's move this over. These V80s are actually styled and branded as True Blood headphones. So if
this cracks me up. I'm a big fan. I love this show.
If you're a fan of
what makes these, is it just the red lining?
So you get the red lining, you get a little True Blood logo right here.
This is the vampire show on HBO that is quite good. And
you can even buy shields that have like Fantasia, on it from
my favorite bar.
Right. From
Wait a minute, here we have some.
Oh, look, we even have a True Blood sticker. This is
actually that's from Get Glue though.
Yeah, this is from Get Glue. But we can put it. We can go ahead and
it looks like it's got blood dripping.
Oh yeah, so yeah, it has a few. It's all in the accents, really right? So here, this is from Liz. This is from Get Glue. I'll just go ahead and put that on my case. It has some funny things like there's like a little blood vial in this right here, and this is like a fake leather, but it's
is this the
cool.
only TV show that they do this with, or are there a variety? It's like for some reason,
they
just decided that's the one, huh?
Right? Exactly. Now the inside of this case is a little different from the M100s. It has these little things that kind of come out with Velcro. And I actually really like this case better than the M100s. Not to say that the M100 case was bad.
What are those things for?
So what I could easily do is wrap up this cord, set it inside.
Little pouches for storing stuff, and it secures the phones a little bit better.
Right, exactly. Okay. And
it is more of a form-fitting case.
It really is. I just like this. The case is a little bit better than.
Are they essentially the same headphones?
It's a little bit of a different driver. These are a little bit more open than these may be used a little bit more for listening to something with higher mids, but essentially they're aiming for the same market. So now a difference is that they only have one plug on the bottom. You can't switch between left and right on your plug, and the accessory wire does not have a splitter on the end, and it also does not come with the larger jack connector this is not included with the V80s. So basically it's around the same. They are definitely smaller. They're not really over the ear. They're sort of on the ear, and they have some nice design quirks with the True Blood branding. So the pros and cons for the V80 is that the pros, let's start with the pros, is that yes, it has booming bass from these smaller factor cups, and these are a little bit more comfortable just because they're not quite as tight on my head, and you can see just in resting position they're not squeezing, but with the M100s they are pressed up against each other. And then the other thing is that I just like the case a little bit better than the M100s. On the cons, once again, the mic quality is not that great, and there's only an area for a right line. Now, let's get back onto the mic quality because I recorded a video using my computer to show off what the mic sounds like for each of these. It's a really short clip.
Okay, so this is a test of the microphone of the V80. This mic right there. This is how this sounds. Now let's switch to the internal mic on the computer.
This is the internal mic on the computer, so just sort of a comparison of what a standard sort of low quality mic might sound like. Now let's move on to the M100s.
And this is the audio from the M100s. Should be that mic right there. So just, you guys decide for yourself if this quality isn't good enough for you.
On a Skype call, the second that I put these headphones on, people were like, what is wrong with your audio?
Yeah.
So that's why it was a con for me, is that it really wasn't. On a phone call, you're right, that audio quality isn't going to come through. But if you're on a computer or on a Skype call, that will be pretty obvious.
So, and did you say how much?
Oh, okay. That is something that I missed.
Because that's kind of a con.
With
and
Beats,
I mean that in every respect.
Yes. Beats kind of started this in this market.
Premium price.
This is a very premium product. For the V80s, this is
the True Blood headphones.
For the True Blood headphones.
Which could double for Dexter headphones if you don't look too close.
Sure, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Blood is blood.
Blood
right?
is blood.
These are $230 retail.
So it's fairly pricey.
You may be able to find a street price for less.
Yeah.
For the M100s, $310.
Now, good headphones, I got to say, good headphones cost that much. The question is what is a good headphone to you? And to me, audio quality is number one. And these don't sound like they're super high quality audio.
No, they do sound good. So
for hip hop and modern.
So my recommendation is try.
Right.
Because truly try out these headphones and see if the music that you listen to, if you feel like this is good quality, go into a store, try these out. Yeah. Make sure that you would be happy. I mean, if you want a really high quality headphone, I would suggest them, but it's not a solid app. And truly, there isn't a headphone that is going to cover everything. It's
you're
just
buying
not
it
possible.
also for the features,
right?
But I do think what's happened is that the headphone category, people realize that people can't tell the difference between good headphones and bad headphones, and that you could sell fairly inaccurate headphones for the same price that you'd sell highly accurate headphones, because most people have been listening to iPod earbuds for so long, they don't know.
Right. And if you have
better than earbuds.
This will be a huge upgrade.
Big upgrade. Thank you, Chad. Chad, OMG Chad, hosts OMG Craft now twice weekly. I'm very happy to say. When does that start?
April. In April.
All right,
April
good.
2nd will be the first episode.
And it's going to be a bit of a change to the show. He's building his set right now.
Yep.
I see poster paints on your desk.
Out of Minecraft box. Yep.
Thank you, Chad. He also produces Twit, Mac Break Weekly, This Week in Google, and is a much valued producer.